Most drivers think they understand lane hogging, but let me tell you something. They really don't. In fact, some of the loudest people complaining about lane hoggers are actually the ones creating the problem on the road. And once you see this, you won't be able to unsee it. Because this isn't just about rules. This is about how people think when they drive. Let me show you something most drivers completely ignore. When I'm driving on a motorway, especially during an overtake, I don't rush. I don't sit aggressively close to the car in front like most people do. Instead, I hold back. I create space. Not because I'm slow, but because I'm thinking ahead. That gap gives me time. Time to react. Time to plan. Time to stay in control. But here's where it gets interesting. Some people see this and immediately think, that's wrong. That's lane hogging. And that right there is the misunderstanding. Because people don't actually understand what lane hogging is. They just repeat what they've heard. Everyone loves saying, keep left unless overtaking. Sounds simple, right? But real driving isn't simple. Real driving is dynamic. Situations change every second. If you're already overtaking, and you can clearly see another slower vehicle ahead, why would you move left just to pull out again immediately? That's not smart driving. That's poor planning. Good drivers don't just look at the car next to them. They look far ahead. They read the road. They anticipate. But today's driving culture has created something dangerous. People feel pressured to move left instantly, even when it doesn't make sense. And the result? Constant lane switching, sudden movements, no planning. And ironically, that's exactly what would fail you in a driving test. Now let's talk about something even more important, patience. Because this is where most drivers completely fall apart. Imagine you catch up to a car that is already overtaking. What should you do? Simple. You wait. You don't rush them. You don't tailgate. You don't flash your lights like you own the road. You give them space and let them complete what they're doing safely. But that's not what happens, is it? Instead, people speed up, get frustrated, and start pressuring the driver ahead, even when there's nowhere for them to go. And that's where bad driving begins, because the moment you lose patience, you lose control. I saw this happen recently. A driver behind became so desperate to get ahead that the second there was a small gap, they rushed forward. And within seconds, they were right back to tailgating the next car. Same situation, same problem. Nothing changed. Except now, they were the dangerous driver. And this happens all the time. Another driver was so convinced everyone ahead was a lane hogger that they completely lost focus, gesturing, getting angry, not even fully paying attention to the road. Think about that. They were complaining about bad driving while becoming the biggest risk on the road. That's the irony most people never realize. And here's the truth. Real lane hoggers do exist, but they are rare. A real lane hogger is someone who sits in a lane, not overtaking, not progressing, not planning, just sitting there. That's it. But someone overtaking slightly slower than you? That's not a lane hogger. That's just a driver who isn't in a rush like you. And this is where ego comes in. People think, if I'm faster, I deserve to go first. But roads don't work like that. You're not more important than the driver in front of you. You're just another car in the system. And once you understand that, everything changes. Because suddenly, you stop reacting. You stop getting frustrated. You start thinking. You start driving properly. So next time you're on the motorway and you feel that frustration building, before you blame the driver in front, take a second. Look further ahead, understand the situation, and ask yourself one simple question. Are they really the problem? Or is it the way you're thinking? Because the biggest upgrade you can make as a driver isn't your speed. It isn't your skill. It's your mindset. And once you fix that, everything else follows.